Welcome to your Spotlight series with MK Pilates, and we're going to be focusing today on a spine twist and a couple of variations of the roll-up. Now we'll start with the spine twist movement. I'll turn sideways for this because one of the biggest issues you get is that people struggle to sit tall. So for me, one of the frustrations is that with my short hamstrings here, I always feel that when I go straight leg, I can push myself up, but it's a lot of effort. But I can never quite get the length that I'm looking for. But if I simply turn the knees out, soles of feet toward each other, and let these muscles here be less dominant, I create room for the pelvis to sit up nice and tall. That still doesn't mean I'm perfect. So some days I'm tighter than others. You could roll up a mat and just raise your pelvis up a little bit. But this idea here is that you're getting some help to relieve the tension in the lower back. With that lower back relief of tension, you'll be able to spend a little bit longer in the movement and try and get the benefits. And when you're finished, you're going to feel more positive, so that after you've done your quality of rotation, controls your pelvis, come back through to the center each time, out breath through the center, whichever arm variation you want to work with. It's your choice here. But the idea is that when you're finished the movement, you don't feel the lower back has done all the work. It's worked, as with center and with the waist muscles, but it's not done all the work. So you've got to think about finding positions for you that take that pressure out, so that you're always sitting tall. In the roll-up, it's not quite the same issue. We're going to be moving in and out of the position. So here, we're not going to be staying with this effort to sit tall. But on the roll-up, one of the biggest things that I see as a problem for a lot of people is getting that initial curve. So part of that is you want to think that maybe I'm behind you, put my hand onto your mid-back, between your scapula, your shoulder blades, and instead of leaning into my hand, you're trying to move your pelvis underneath my hand. So it's coming from this feeling here, the car seat turning. This idea means that you're going to be in a lovely curve. The rectus muscle is going to take the load sooner. The hip flexors are going to be working, but they're all going to be lengthening you out in a lovely curve, allowing the center to work with you as well, rather than trying to be flat back, hinge back. And that's when you get the bumps. Coming back up, you're trying to keep the gaze going down towards the feet, going down towards the shin, going down towards the knees, until you almost feel you go clunk, click onto the sit bones, and only then lengthen up nice and tall, tilting from the pelvis, rolling it back. Now, if you're one of those people that's been doing this movement for a long time and you feel you've got good quality in the movement, one of the things we want to do is add on a little bit more work in the whole body from the inside out in true traditional Pilates form, and that's by adding more weight. And it relates to a movement called the neck pull. So what we're going to do is wherever you've been going, you're going to go halfway, and in that halfway position, you're going to lift one arm up, breathing out. Try to see it to come to your ear. Other arm comes up, and then roll it back out. So what you've done is you've held that position a little bit longer. That may have worked your back a bit harder, so be checking this all the way through the movement. Don't be in a rush to do lots of repetitions in anything that's new. We're going to try again, add another level to it, tilt the pelvis, and the legs here, guys, they have to move. You can't keep the soles of the feet flat on the floor. Breathing out as you come up would be the simple version. We're going to do one more now again, adding the arms, but this time, first one arm, then the second arm, and keeping the heels on the floor, both arms. The range will not be as much, but the quality should be there, rolling it back out. So remember, you need to create space first before you start, so don't close yourself in. Open out those legs, find where you can sit the tallest, similar to our spine twist, but then be able to take it back. Playing with the range of the movement, playing with the amount of weight you add to the movement. So if I do two arms first this time, I'm already noticing that perhaps I'm beginning to fatigue. So the next time I'll choose a lower level or go back to my simple roll up with the technique working as a focus rather than making it about the strength and the fight and the repetitions. Focus on technique. Finding your level of the movement for your body today is always the key. As we develop the range of movement, even coming up from the floor, you can start to add more weight. So as the arms go up, You can roll up keeping the arms up instead of keeping them down. So I hope you enjoy our playing with the roll up and the spine twist variations, and always work on your technique.